Welcome to Crypto Live. In this video, you will see if XRP has the potential to reach $5,000 and if XRP will replace institutional and retail financial systems. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about cryptocurrencies. There is no doubt that XRP is one of today's fastest and most scalable cryptocurrencies. Furthermore, reports indicate that $76 billion in payments are sent every day through a vast network of banks in the U.S. It is Ripple's aim to help banks move cash faster, more efficiently, and cheaper through XRP tokens. Yet, did you know that it could be operated at $5,000 per coin? So do you think Ripple is the next big thing? Is Ripple really going after SWIFT or the International Payment Service? And when it comes to the global financial system, it's a huge market. Perhaps you are wondering at this point, can it go that high? Don't worry, because in this video, we're going to find that out, so stay tuned. In every market around the world, XRP was intended to replace both institutional and retail financial systems. Because in my opinion, I believe that XRP must be scalable to handle 7.5 billion people, which could make Ripple a great tool for globalization. So, can it really reach $5,000? And why can it handle such figures? First off, in comparison to existing payment systems such as SWIFT, XRP is used primarily to make cross-border payments faster, cheaper, and more reliable. But wait, there's more. Ripple CEO Garlinghouse believes that the company has the potential to be the next Bitcoin if it can solve a real problem at scale. He even gave Napster as an example, which was the first service to digitize music and demonstrated you could do a lot with it. But ultimately, it circumvented many laws. The government stepped in because it was not paying royalties. However, Spotify, iTunes, Pandora were very successful, while Napster isn't. And he also believes that some of the original problems Bitcoin set out to solve will be solved by the next generation of digital assets. So who's joining RippleNet in its attempt to take on SWIFT? What's been the traction so far? To him, looking at the customers who have come on board is because Ripple solves the real problem. Now, XRP has over 100 customers, some of the biggest banks and financial institutions in the world, to pay providers like Western Unions and MoneyGram to individuals out of China. So to answer your question, is XRP the next Bitcoin? Thus, the potential to create value in XRP is great if it can work with the platform to solve this problem at scale, as indicated in the trillion-dollar problem. So what makes it relevant? To put it simply, XRP attempts to provide reliable, cross-border payments liquidity on demand. In terms of liquidity, it was described as the ability to quickly buy or sell an asset without affecting its price. And we can see the low volatility in today's market due to the limited number of investors trading XRP. So, for XRP or any other crypto, liquidity is increased when the price goes up. Higher prices equal more liquidity. It is expected that Ripple Labs' discipline in relocking the unsold portions of every release will eventually help to drive the price higher, since 55% of the total XRP is locked up in timed release escrow accounts. However, XRP is not reflected in published exchange prices, despite the fact that institutional investors are probably buying XRP over the counter after these releases. And recently, we have seen that XRP is attempting to gain its momentum since it is now at 80 cents. And this is a very big move. XRP's fast 3-second settlement times do not pose a problem for institutional use, said Librant, Swift's CEO. He added that Ripple's value proposition is the cryptocurrency, the XRP, and with banks also reluctant to use cryptocurrencies currently, part of its value proposition is the XRP. This is due to the fact that there is less liquidity in the currencies compared to the dollar, for example. Meanwhile, for Ripple's CEO Garlinghouse, he thinks they are propagating the misinformation that fiat's volatility risk is just a calculation based on time's volatility, as he heard people talk about volatility. And holding fiats for, say, an average SWIFT transaction today, you would be holding them for about 180,000 seconds, and with an XRP transaction, you get 3 seconds. So if you are dealing with a fiat asset or a high volatility asset, you have got a very, very short period. So there is less volatility risk in XRP transactions than there is in fiat transactions, as it turns out mathematically. And unlike SWIFT, there are markets to lock in rates for future transactions. If a market maker locks in a rate, he or she will take the volatility risk for the following 2 to 3 days. In contrast, XRP settles so quickly that this doesn't even need to be done. It is inconvenient, however, that the price movement was characterized by relatively small retail investments. It would take much more liquidity than the XRP pool offers today to move $5 trillion of value in the scale of SWIFT. Therefore, if 45 billion XRP are available, then a price of $111 per XRP would be required. As we know that there has been some loss of XRP supply due to lost private keys, so there is a much higher possibility that a larger percentage will be locked up as long-term investors hold XRP. This is why an even smaller amount of XRP must be priced even higher to maintain the minimal liquidity to enable SWIFT. With this demand for liquidity will be fueled by international payments, retail payments, credit cards, as well as investments for institutions and retirement plans such as Grayscale and Morgan Creek Capital. This will also raise the prices that provide the liquidity, in turn increasing the demand, which would then increase the price and increase the liquidity, etc. And it's difficult to stop the cycle once it reaches a certain momentum due to its incredible energy. So where does XRP stand now? What are the chances of it reaching $5,000 as I predicted? It is estimated that $11.4 quadrillion is required to tokenize all asset classes using XRPs, which would require at least $11,400 per coin. It demonstrates that the scope of liquidity that XRP can handle is clearly described by this example. It enables customers who want to use XRP as a digital asset for liquidity to take advantage of that technology. Rather than pre-funding literally trillions of dollars in debt between banks, they pre-fund that amount and that resides in the bank. So it's just dormant cash sitting there that can be converted into another currency in real time if you choose to use digital assets for it. Even in developing markets, XRP is still extremely affordable, and a cent is arguably the smallest denomination necessary to use XRP for everyday retail transactions, enabling those without access to banks to get started with digital transactions. Therefore, if XRP can reduce the friction for migrant workers, especially from developing countries, to hold, transfer, and own assets without incurring any unnecessary costs, they will be just as much a part of any bank, of any kind, of any global financial community. Certainly you know that we think of an internet of value as a kind of 10-year vision when we think about ripples. So my question is, how can we enable an internet of value to function the way information does today as you reference email? This is really a way of bringing the communities into the system and allowing them to take part and then benefit from it. By making the financial market accessible, even to those without a bank account, you are now creating a huge new market, and if you make transactions affordable, they will take advantage of it. So by using XRP, even end banks will have access to affordable, fast, stable, and reliable financial tools. As a result of the design choices that were made to create XRP, I also believe that it was designed with a $5,000 or more price point and for global market usage. In addition to looking at humanity scale usage, Ripple will also look at value at a massive scale. For example, think of what Google does for information and what Ripple will do for value. With this being said, I believe XRP's replacement of the institutional and retail financial systems would not be a problem, but rather a problem solver for financial markets. That's all for this video about crypto, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on the crypto market, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.